Hey guys, welcome to Trail and Kale. I'm Helen, and in this review I'm taking a look at the New Balance Fresh Foam X Balos. That's these guys right here. So the New Balance Fresh Foam X Balos, or simply the New Balance Balos, is a road running shoe. It's a daily trainer designed for everyday running. It has a number of interesting features, including super soft foam cushioning, which uses New Balance's Fresh Foam X that you've probably seen on some other New Balance running shoes if you're already a fan of the brand. Now in this review, I'm going to be going over the key features of these Balos running shoes, what kind of runner and what kind of running they're best suited to, how they perform when running and what they're like to run in, and ultimately whether they're worth the quite steep $199 price tag. If you're not familiar with Trail and Kale yet, head over to trailandkale.com where you'll find tons of road running shoe and trail running shoe reviews, as well as top running shoe roundups and plenty more advice about running and some free training plans as well. So on to the key features of the New Balance Balos then. This is a neutral road running shoe with soft cushioning, as I mentioned before, which you can see here. Very, very squishy. And you can see a picture in my written review as well of just how squishy that is as well. So lots of soft cushioning in the midsole there, but it's got a rocker shape as well, so quite a pronounced rocker. And what that means with a pronounced rocker is it's designed to help with propulsion as you run and take off. So running shoes that have a rocker are usually designed to help you run that bit faster than a running shoe that doesn't have that rocker profile. Now that's an interesting combination because you don't often see really highly cushioned running shoes combined with a rocker profile. They're usually more responsive if they've got that rocker and less responsive if they've got more cushioning. So this is a bit of a blend of the two, and part of the reason why New Balance has got the price tag of $199 is really the ton of cushioning that they've got in there. That being said, this shoe is still pretty lightweight at 7.3 ounces for my size, which is a US woman's 7.5. Now this shoe has a 6mm drop from heel to toe. And it's got some really nice features if we take a quick look at it before we get into my performance review. So nice stretchy tongue here, and the laces have some stretch as well. And I would have to say that this is one of the most comfortable running shoes that I've ever slipped my foot into, and that's saying something because we do review a lot of running shoes here at Trail and Kale. So plenty of cushioning around that collar and that heel area. It's really nice, and the stretchy tongue and the laces really allow you to get really comfortable fit without any pressure on the top of your foot. Speaking of the top of your foot, the mesh upper is really nice too. So this is breathable krill mesh. I've been wearing it in the summer heat here in California for running, and they haven't been particularly hot. You can get more breathable shoes out there which are really wholly mesh. These ones aren't the most breathable, but I feel pretty comfortable wearing them in the summer heat, but they'd also be great for running in fall and more milder temperatures as well. I already touched on the midsole and how much foam you've got running through here. So it's got quite a high stack height, but it does still just have that 6mm drop, which is for me right in the sweet spot of a running shoe drop. I find that if the drop's much more than 6mm, it has too much of a forward leaning stance, and I'd rather have a more neutral position for my foot when it's flat on the ground. Now that midsole is made with a PEBA blended foam, and it's worth noting that there's no carbon fiber plate or any sort of nylon plate in there. It is just a foam midsole. So when you're looking at that price point, you can get carbon fiber plated running shoes for around that $200 price point. So it's worth knowing if performance is really a focus for you and you're looking to really excel in your running speed and performance and potentially efficiency, then for that price you might also want to check out carbon fiber plated running shoe. And if that's the case, I'll put a link up there to where you can see Alistair's roundup of those shoes. Moving on to the outsole then, this is where things get a little bit funky for me. So I've worn these shoes for probably about 20 miles worth of running, several shorter runs as well as some walks. And you can see here that this is a foam outsole. So this is all foam, it's not rubber. This is rubber at the toe, and this black section here on this outside edge of the heel is rubber, but everything else is foam. And you can see the amount of wear that we've got here where I tend to land and take off in the middle of the foot. So that is a bit of a concern for me when it comes to value for money, and I'll get more into that a little bit later in this review. Before we dive into my performance review of the New Balance Balos, if you're enjoying this review, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. So moving on to talk about the performance of these shoes and what they're like to run in then. Well, like I said before, they are really, really comfortable to put on out the box. So they're great slipping your foot into these shoes, and it makes you want to go and take them for a run. That combined with the bounciness of the cushioning in the midsole is really nice and enjoyable, soft, easy running. But then you also have the rocker. So you're doing soft, easy running, but you're also not running really slowly, which can be the case with some heavier foam highly cushioned running shoes that aren't really performance focused, that you sort of tend to plod along and bounce and you're actually not running particularly fast, and that's fine. But if you do want to get a move on but also have some soft cushioning, this is a really nice blend. I'd wear these shoes running for any distance, whether it's just a couple of miles just out there for a daily run, through to 10Ks, half marathons. I mean, you could run a marathon in these shoes, really comfortable, and you could go for miles and miles in them, with one big caveat, and that brings me on to value for money. My biggest issue with these shoes, which is a real shame because I love so much about them, and I also think they look great, don't you agree? Is this outsole. Now, for that amount of money, I really call into question the durability. So I run maybe 20 miles, not much more than that in these shoes, and there's some significant wear in the sole here. And you know, I just don't know how much further than 100 miles I could go in these shoes. You'd expect a pair of road running shoes, depending on your wear and a lot of other factors, including the surfaces you run on and whether you tend to shuffle when you run. They can all affect the longevity of your running shoes outsole. But you'd expect to get a couple of 100 miles at least out of a pair of running shoes, especially when they cost you this amount of dollars. So I think they've missed a trick there, honestly. I don't really know why there's so much rubber on the toe and on the back edge of the heel. Some people do wear out their running shoes in those areas, particularly if they tend to roll onto that outside edge of their heel as they run. But everyone's going to be putting contact on the ground in this core middle area of the shoe, and that's where there's no rubber. So I am quite confused by that and slightly disappointed. That being said, if money's not really an issue for you and you love the sound of these because of the rocker and the cushioning and how comfortable they are, you don't mind outlaying $199 for these bad boys, then definitely recommend them. But I can't recommend them for everyone, particularly from a value for money price point, just simply because there's so many great road running shoes with better durability and great comfort out the box that cost maybe $140, $150, $160, and that's a huge differential. And for $200, you can get a much more performance-oriented shoe if you prefer. That's potentially going to last you a lot longer than these guys will. So, New Balance Balos, New Balance Fresh Foam X Balos running shoe. Great shoe, super comfortable, fun to run in, but may not last you a long time. That pretty much sums up my review of these shoes. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please give this video a like. It really helps our channel. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to our channel for more great running shoe reviews and roundups just like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.